Here we go, back again with another video, and let's chat about last night's match. Let's chat about the game coming up and the circumstances and the scenarios, and you know, brilliant performance last night from the lads, wasn't it? I thought I'd have a nice shandy. It'd be rude not to. Just done 4 rain whites, and I'll have a bit of footage at the end of the video on my little walk today. Resting on the old legs now. 6.5 miles on the walk today. But what a performance last night, yes, from Regis Labree's Sunderland. Masterclass, wasn't it, from last night? Gone 4-4-2. And I have said, you know, over in previous games, that I did expect, I did think, I did believe that we could win down at Coventry and break this, you know, so-called hoodoo. Not beaten Coventry down there since 1985. So I did think we could do it. I did see it on numerous occasions. I even predicted 2-1 or 1-0. I fancied both, one of those two results, you know. Lovely sunny day, where the clouds come over a little bit. But yeah, what a result, what a game last night. What a tremendous following of Sunderland fans down there. They deserve that victory, you know. It's a long time coming with the performances we've been having over the last few weeks. And I'm going to say this now, we're only halfway. Yes, I'm excited. Yes, I'm happy. You saw us last night. I was jubilant, cock-a-hoop, over the moon, celebrating those goals. It was a tremendous victory, an absolute tremendous victory. 10 out of 10 performance. Labree out of position on the left, but he was given in the second half license to roam in the middle. And that was a bit of a masterclass stroke as well, because his assist to Wilson Isidore was absolutely amazing, and that's what Lefay brings to the team. Lefay, shall I say, brings to the team. Labree, we all doubted. You know, a lot of people, even those die-hard, you know, Sunderland fans, doubted whether these tactics would work. Losing games and only putting certain amount of performances in and resting players, and I thought we would get a result last night. I really did. Only doubt I ever had was as soon as I seen the lineup, I thought, yes, right, Labree number 10, Isidore on the left wing, Meander up top. But then when I seen the formation, that was the first time I had me doubts. Now, you know, it's a game of opinions, and if people coming in and don't really enjoy my opinion, then I suggest you to switch off and don't watch me shite or talk, because, you know, I do talk a lot of shite. Yes, I do agree with that. And, you know, I'll say it the way it is. I'll say it from the heart. I'll say it with passion, and I'll say it the way I see it. And some people don't like that. And if they don't like that, like I said, switch it off. Otherwise, you know, enjoy the video. But when I heard it was 4-4-2, oh, my heart sunk, and I was thinking, oh my God, we've only played 4-4-2 once this season. We got beat off Coventry 3-0. What we doing here, playing Lefay out of position on the left again? And then the negativity sinks into your brain, and you start to think negative things, and you start to wonder whether, you know, has he got this right? But wow, he had. You know, I know the first half. Look at the first half. We sat back, we soaked up the pressure. It didn't work with the two up front in the first half, and Labree addressed that at half time. He said in his post-match interview that it wasn't working before half time. Coventry were getting too much of the ball down the right wing, getting too much of the ball, overloading with Dennis Cirkin. That's why he got a yellow card. And he tweaked one or two things at half time, and he'd give Lefay, you know, the room to roam into that number 10 position, and it worked. For whatever reason, the two strikers up top, it worked. Both broke free. And like I say, I'm going to say it now, it's only half time. And that's the reason why, you know, if we won that game in a league game, we'll be over the moon. I'm even more over the moon now, because it's important for the playoffs. But if we won that in the league game, we're saying, yes, you broke the hoodoo, blah, 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 and you'd be over the moon, wouldn't you? But like, we know I'm over the moon, you're over the moon, we're all happy, we're buzzing, but we know deep down inside it's only 2-1 at half time. And there's a full 90 minutes to go, and anything can happen in a game of football. Anything can happen, from the referee sending somebody off to a player making a rash decision, you know, game plan going short. I mean, Coventry, they were pumping them long balls forward, weren't they? Getting those crosses in the box. And two things that Labree did last night was bring in drop Mepham for Ballard, which I was thinking, wow, maybe Mepham should be playing with Ballard and drop 09. But no, he started Ballard, and Ballard man of the match. 9 balls in the box, 9 clearances from Dan Ballard, and that's what Dan Ballard brings. And no, and Elise is the same, and Huggins is the same, and you get all these players who have come into Sunderland, and Speakman, you know, you have to give credit where credit's due. Speakman's brought these talented players in, but they're all injury prone. And that's what, that's the, I get it. I see what he's trying to do. He's trying to bring in young, quality, you know, players that can really improve and become world class. Trying to bring these young players in, but with a history of injuries, and he's kind of hoping that, yeah, the injuries, we might be able to sort these injuries out and get 1 or 2 of these players where they're going to come and grow and become absolutely amazing players. Like Dan Ballard was awesome last night. But the thing with Dan Ballard is, it takes a lot of knocks. He puts his body on the line. You know, he's a big unit, and he goes in full-blooded, and he plays with passion, heart and soul. And last night he played with a lot of intelligence, a lot of confidence. He's a leader as well. And getting rid of those crosses, the Coventry crosses coming in left, right and centre, Dan Ballard was amazing. That itself was a masterstroke from Regis Labrie. Now, Coventry, as Frank Lampard alludes, is that it'll be a different game in the next leg, because Sunderland won't be like the team that's away from home, sitting back and soaking up the pressure. We might be sort of, with the home crowd, more willing to go forward and attack and come into Coventry, where Coventry have a different game plan and attack Sunderland. So it's a different game altogether come Tuesday night. But Regis Labrie has shown, and I did say this to you, mind, and we did say this, I did discuss this to you. Look at the big games so far this season. Sheffield United at home and away. Regis Labrie got it right, got it spot on. We did lose to Sheffield United, but we did miss a penalty and we were the better side. Burnley, home and away. We got 4 points. We beat them at home. Away, we should have beaten them. We were never in any danger of losing that game. And look how good Burnley are. So you got that one spot on. The big occasions, Regis Labrie comes out and pulls it out the bag with the best tactics. Leeds, home and away. You know, Leeds, you know, they've won the league. We decent draw at home. And away from home, you know, we had them on the ropes a long time and we just faded. So he does know what he's doing. It seems to, you know, as much as he's not very passionate on the touchline. We saw passion when we scored last night. But Isidor's goal, that ball through, I mean, Dan Neil got the ball out the back to Lefay, and Lefay, the lovely ball, spread open, spread eagles, spread open that defence. And Isidor, I love it when we score goals. When it comes off like that, a great bit of play. What a finish. I know their keeper could have done better. He seemed to have a bit like flappy crisp packet hands at that moment in time, but that's the way it is. You win some, you lose some, and Isidor had to be there in the right space, right time, put the ball in the right corner of the goal, and the keeper tried, but he couldn't save it. The power on the ball was tremendous, and it was a good goal. And I thought, yes, you know, he's tweaked it at half time, changed 1 or 2 little things. We've come on second half much better. So, you know, in the first half, Mienda and Isidor, it wasn't clicking, and the balls to them weren't finding them, and they weren't the correct ball. Second half, that you saw from Lefay, that's what Lefay brings in the centre of the park, like a number 10 roller on midfield, spreading them lovely passes around. And that's what he done. He found that lovely ball, and that's the tweak we had. And then Mienda, of course, Mienda's goal. I mean, let's say Mienda. Look at Mienda last season. Just a baby, wasn't he? Goes up to Hibs, comes back this season, and he looks a unit, looks a different kettle of fish. He looks tremendous, and he went through a bit of a bad patch at some point. 1-on-1 with the keeper one time this season. I don't know who it was, I can't remember now, but 1-on-1 with the keeper, and he fluffed his lines, and he's learned from that. And that's what I like about Mienda. He's improved, he's learned, and he's grown throughout the season, and he looks a right old player now, doesn't he? A right unit. Top quality player, Mienda. I've got this thing. I do have this kind of. I'm just drawn to Mienda. I love Mienda. I love the way he plays football. I love how he gets that ball, and it just seems to have a magnetism to his legs, and players just kind of get the ball off him. Players kind of shrug him off. He's fast. He's got everything. And for me, he's got to be one of the buys and one of the purchases that you got to give credit where where credit's due. That is a super purchase. We got him for next in out. He's going to be worth millions, Meander, absolutely millions. The same as, you know, Isidor's got it as well. But I think out of the two, I'm just a massive Meander fan. I am, and I'm pleased they both scored. It's worked out well, 4-4-2. I never expected it. Put my hands up and said, you know, end of the day, I had me doubts. He's nailed it, absolutely nailed it. But we move on to the next one. I will be doing the preview with the lads again, with Raymondo, Steve, and with Wincy on Monday, and I'll let the people know who got the score correct for the first leg and who's in the hat to win that shirt. I'll let you know about that. And yeah, if you want to leave a score prediction for this game, leave a score prediction for this game. I don't mind. You could win this shirt if you want for the second leg. There you go. I don't mind that one single bit. I don't mind helping the subscribers out. All I'm asking is you subscribe to the channel. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. It's free to do so. Please drop a comment. Let me know your thoughts. How we're going to turn up for the second leg. Will we change it to 4-3-3? Will we change it at home? Will we go the 4-3-3 at home? Will be maybe a bit more consolidated? Because it's one of those ones we got that goal. Coventry fans still feel confident they can turn it around, because it's, you know, end of the day, it's only half time. It's half time. I'm happy with the performance. Regis Lebris, 10 out of 10. You get full marks for that game yesterday. You know, Lefy, he had a great second half. And you can see he's much better when he drifts in the middle. So I'm happy with that. And Serkin got a yellow card, but he came good in the second half. The tweaks sort of helped Lexus Serkin second half. And yeah, we never really looked like letting a goal in, apart from obviously the one goal we did let in, which was obviously, you know, we had our teams who were at the most vulnerable after they just scored a goal. And you could see that was the first time we didn't clear our lines. We lost concentration. And you kind of get that, don't you? Because you're away from home, not once, 1985, big occasion like the playoffs. You score a goal, everybody's happy, everybody drops the guard, and that's what happens. That's what can happen, isn't it? So, but yeah, what can I say? My man of the match yesterday, Ballard, of course. What an awesome performance in defence. And you think Mepham's a brilliant player, but Dan Ballard, if he can stay injury free, the world is oyster. He can go to the top of the game, Dan Ballard, if he stays injury free. And yeah, so anyway, there we go. Let's hope we can make the final. It's looking as if it's Sheffield United, but you know, nobody knows what's going to happen, because remember last season, Peterborough were beaten Sheffield Wednesday 4-0 first leg, and they lost 5-4. Is that correct? Or was it 3-0, lost 4-3? Whatever it was a super turnaround. Can Bristol City do that on Monday? I just hope we can get at least a draw on Tuesday and make it to Wembley, and I'll be absolutely buzzing. So there we go. Thanks for watching. You know, end of the day, I don't mind you coming on, leaving comments. Just, you know, don't be abusive. That's all I ask. I'm a massive Sunderland fan. You're a massive Sunderland fan. I'll respect your comments. You respect mine. It is what it is. You know, it's only half time. We've got to keep our feet on the ground. I'm sure Regis Lebris and the players won't do anything but keep the feet on the ground, because it is only half time. It's a massive result yesterday. We've got another massive 90 minutes to go. And we know, I think we've been better at times at home this season. We've struggled at home. I'm hoping, you know, performances away like we did at Burnley. Let's hope we can put a performance in at home come Tuesday night. Anyway, there we go. Thanks for watching. I'll start to let this. I'm going to put a bit of footage now of me fells, of me walking around. I'm going to chill out in the garden, enjoy the rest of the night. And we'll see you later. We'll see you on Monday with the Winchmeister, Raymondo, and of course Steve. Cheers folks, thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. Drop us a thumbs up for the algorithm. Be much appreciated. And I appreciate everybody who is actually a subscriber and watches the channel. See you later. Oh, the gorgeous day today. Gorgeous day.
Right.
Possibly Skidder to the right. What's that lake called, Kath?
Overwater.
Overwater. It's not a lake, it's a water. But yeah. Almost at the top of the first one. Top of the first one. Longlands Fell. Longlands Fell with a tremendous view in the distance. What a beautiful day. Oh, I'd love to know where all these rocks come from. Skidder on the distance, and Bath and Thwaite Yeah, the top of Brayfell. Thank God for that. In the distance, you can see Scotland. There's Skidder in the distance, and here's Great Scarfell. 3 down. Thank God for that. 1 to 2. Next one down there. Oh, it's a windy one over here at the top of Meal Fell. Look at the view. Tremendous. Good loop. 4 fells in one day. Rain whites. It feels like it's about 25 degrees here. There we go, 6 miles almost complete. Almost back to the beginning. There's the Longlands. Lodges here, look.